But I have to remember, at the end of the day, he can have all the makeup he wants, but he's still a dude.
Shove it up your Lashify. And guess what? I cannot be bought. I cannot be paid to say anything. And you come to me with respect and kindness. You don't come and threaten myself and my team saying, you'll hear from our lawyers. Off. I can't wait to hear from your lawyers.
Sharon Chuter, who was the founder, the CEO, the face of UOMA Beauty, she had stepped away in 2023, but reports say she still had a controlling interest in the brand, and that's why she is now suing MacArthur Beauty. What it comes down to is that if you have an open order with Vampyre Cosmetics or their sister company, which is called Phoenix Rising Cosmetics, you should contact your bank or however you paid, PayPal, whatever, immediately, because the owner of Vampyre Cosmetics and Phoenix Rising is telling you, please contact your bank and ask for a chargeback. Like they're even telling you to do that. As you might have seen in the intro, this show is a banger. If you are ready for a business themed ride, I have so many stories for you, just stories that are just, usually I only get one of these in a week. We've got like 4. So hopefully you're up for it. I know I'm up for it. So let's jump into this first story. But in order to tell the story, we need to go back in time to 2018 when MannyMUA was attacked on Instagram by Lashify. Here's the Instagram story that they posted. It says, "Thanks for the entertainment, MannyMUA733. Now, can you please follow the directions, watch a tutorial or two, and apply Lashify without a full face of makeup on, just like you would lash extensions, so that you can give a proper review of our product?" I mean, how rude.
How rude.
So how did we get here? What happened? How did we get here? What was Manny's big sin? Well, Manny had, again, back in 2018, purchased Lashify with his own money, and he did a first impression review. Back then, Manny was getting hundreds of thousands of views on his videos easy, and he was actually seen as one of the honest reviewers, especially in the large influencer space. I will link Manny's full video down below, but here are some relevant clips.
I bought this lash kit on Lashify, and I bought it for like $130, and I'm not kidding. Like, this definitely has to be the most expensive lash I've ever bought in my entire life. I thought it'd be really fun to try it out for the first time here on my channel. Basically, it is a do-it-yourself at-home eyelash extension kit. This case, it's like a whole case that comes with it. Okay, lash. It's a moment, like it's an actual moment in here. Well, anyway, you guys, we're just gonna kind of take it willy-nilly and see how we use this, because I'm not gonna like look up how to use it exactly, just because I want to see how user-friendly this actually is. It includes a Lashify Fuse Control Wand, 2 Gossamer lash sets, which is like the actual lashes, Whisper Light Flexible Bond, and Seal and Finish Clear Coat. Let's see what we do here. So it's to start with cleaning dry lashes. I don't have clean, I have dry lashes. They're dry right now, but they're not technically clean because I have mascara on. Maybe I should go pick up my mascara. I'm scared. Okay, hold on. I'm taking out my mascara. Okay, so I took off as much mascara as I could without taking off my makeup at the top. I mean, I took off some makeup. I'm gonna put that at the base of our lash band. Okay, base of our lash band. Put them underneath our lashes. Oh my god, I got one on. Oh my god, this is so sticky though. Okay, you need to be real and careful because these things break so easily. I mean, it's definitely working. Technically, it's definitely working, but this is like this is a process. Like, this takes a minute. That took me how long? 5 minutes for one, and it's like delicate. And honestly, I had a lot of trouble doing it, and I don't. Oh, honey. Okay, so I don't know how much getting lash extensions are, but this is $125 for this whole kit, and you have to do it yourself, and it's actually so fucking hard. So if you guys know places that are not as expensive and you don't have to do it yourself, and they probably last way longer than 1 to 4 days, then I would definitely suggest just going and getting it done, because this, oh my god, my eyelash is so sticky. Like, just do it. Seal and Finish Clear Coat. No, I don't want to seal it in. Absolutely not. I'm not going to seal it because I need to take this ugly shit off. It just doesn't, like, it's just not my thing. You know, maybe if you guys are, like, into this kind of thing, like this natural, like, wispy look, maybe you would be down. But for me, I want it to look bold and dramatic. And if I'm paying $125, I want them to look, like, cutty. To me, these just look plasticky and, like, not cute. They look kind of cool from the top, not gonna lie. They just look plasticky and they have that plasticky shine, and they're not even lifted. Yeah, no. If you guys enjoy getting lash extensions and want to do it yourselves, then maybe you guys might want to try it out and see how it works. I'm sure some people will definitely like it, but for me personally, it just was more of a flop. So I would suggest going to get lash extensions yourself and don't buy them online trying to make them happen, because God, that's not gonna work.
Hello, editing Jen. After rewatching Manny's video, I definitely want to make sure that I put in here that this was an extremely poorly done review. It was irresponsible, in my opinion, of Manny to not look into the product before he tried it, and then when he realized that he didn't know how to use the product, he didn't do his due diligence to give the product a fair shot. That being said, I still strongly disagree with the way Lashify handled the situation, which we're going to continue talking about in a second. An alternative would have been to reach out to Manny and give him instructions, send him another pack of lashes, and in that, give him directions and help him to apply them properly. And after the second video went up, where he was giving them a fair shot, ask him maybe if he would consider taking the original review down, since it really wasn't an accurate representation of the product. But Lashify did not do that. This story gets so much worse. But the brand was just getting started. Lashify also put up an Instagram post. It said, as the caption, "We love MannyMUA, but ... And then the photo that they posted said, "Not everyone wants to look like a drag queen." But it got so much worse because their CEO and founder, her name is Sahara Lottie. She made her feelings about MannyMUA known on an Instagram Live, and she did not mince words. She spoke with her entire chest what she thought about MannyMUA.
Before I was doing this, I was in the film business, and I can tell you, all publicity is good publicity. Were you using the white lash? Were you using the white bond? Here's the thing about Lashify. You have to watch the tutorials. You have to watch the live. Once you watch the live, you're like, oh, that's actually not hard at all. But if you come into it and you're like, what the hell is this? This isn't like anything you've ever seen before. I don't know what the hell he thought they were. Honestly, I don't know what he thought they were. But I have to remember, at the end of the day, he can have all the makeup he wants, but he's still a dude. He's still a dude, man. Manny, you still a dude, bro.
So yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw, but I uploaded a video trying out some lashes. And basically, they weren't really my cup of tea. You know, you guys can watch the video and see for yourselves, but I didn't love the product that I bought. And the owner of that brand so happened to go off on me on Instagram, and I was like, oh. I saw that and was like, okay, dang. So I commented on that, and it was kind of like, dang, I guess they didn't like my review, which is fine. Of course, the review wasn't positive and stellar for them, so I wouldn't expect them to love it. And maybe, you know what, maybe I didn't use it correctly. You know, maybe I got confused on the packaging. Maybe I didn't follow the instructions the way I should have. But to me, the reason I didn't watch a tutorial on how to use it is because I just wanted to see how user-friendly it was, you know, for someone that randomly that just bought the kit. I was just buying it as a consumer, and I wanted to see, like, you know, how it worked. And for me, it just wasn't the easiest thing to do. But it turned into such a thing online because they went onto Insta stories and were, like, saying that I didn't know what I was doing, and basically calling my followers, like, idiots, and this whole thing. And I was like, this is not how people should be reacting to a review. You know, I'm sorry if I did it incorrectly, but I was just following the instructions that I was reading. But the brand is private now, and they've deleted all their rude comments, and yeah. So it's just a mess, and I don't want you guys to even have to deal with this. I don't want you guys to get involved. I want you guys to just, like, chill, relax. Like, don't send the brand hate, please. I just think I don't want to fight with hate and the whole thing, you know.
But of course, especially after she went after Manny being a man and making fun of him and laughing at him, the public was not happy. So Sahara had to backtrack, and she did this via an interview that she did with 17 magazine. She said to them, quote, "We created the Lashify lash system with the intention of DIY lash extensions for both genders, as stated clearly in our FAQ page. So far, all our customers who are crazy about the system are women. When Manny didn't feel the same love, our founder jokingly shrugged it off as maybe lash extensions versus strips appeal more to women, hence the dude comment." Out of context, the comment may sound sexist, but the sentiment was 100% not. If you believe that, I have some oceanfront property in Kentucky to sell ya.
But I have to remember, at the end of the day, he can have all the makeup he wants, but he's still a dude.
This is the thing. I can't believe she actually thought that people would believe that. It wasn't out of context, and it's clear the vitriol is toward him being a man wearing makeup. Very, very clear. I guess I have to say that that's just my opinion, but for reals. To be fair to her, I get lashing out in anger. I've done it myself. But in this instance, it really showed her entire ass to the public. And honestly, I'm surprised she even still had a brand after that, because I remember when all this went down and there was a significant boycott of the product, but I guess it wasn't enough to close it. And like I always say, what's important about when you make a mistake, when you show your ass? The most important thing is to reflect on what you did and then have changed behavior going forward. Well, now we're fast forwarding to now. And yeah, I don't think that she's changed very much, because she has gotten herself in another situation, a similar situation with another popular celebrity / influencer. Enter Bethenny Frankel, who you may know from The Real Housewives of New York City, or you may have seen her from her many appearances on TikTok. I knew that Bethenny was on TikTok and was doing stuff over there. I didn't realize how often this woman posts. She posts a lot, and she posts all kinds of stuff. She talks about her family, her relationship with her kids. She does, the lip syncing videos, but really a lot of what she does over there is review products, from makeup to mouthwash to bagels. I mean, she reviews all kinds of stuff. So what happened was she went into her drawer of stuff that she hadn't tried, and she found this set of lashes from Pro Lash. She had it for like a year or so, and she hadn't tried it because she admittedly sucks at putting on false lashes, but she was feeling adventurous and she decided to try them, and she was absolutely blown away by these Pro Lash lashes. So she filmed a video like she does, probably not thinking much about it. I had these in the drawer, I tried them out, I really liked it, I shared, upload, done.
I just stopped getting ready to show this to you. I'm in shock. Okay, this is the first time I've ever been able to put lashes on. This is called Pro Lash. Okay, I thought it was gonna be magnetic. It's not. It came in this box, and what was in there? Like a little mascara type thing. That's the glue that you put on, okay? Then like a little tool that I didn't really need. Your fingers are better, in my opinion. But you put this on your, I can't believe what's going on. Okay, you put this on your lashes, just like mascara. They should be clean lashes, etc. Mine weren't, and it still worked, but do what they say. I used 2 clumps, okay? But here's the thing, you put them under your lashes. Like, all of a sudden, I'm just freaking out. I put lashes on. It took me 2 seconds. I'm freaking out. I'm so excited. And I didn't even put mascara over them yet. Let's see how that works. Oh my God. They're so user-friendly. I'm a legit supermodel. I mean, it's just a fact. So, call my agent.
At this point, I want to direct you to T-Spill's video on this topic. She played all of Bethenny's videos from beginning to end and really went in depth on Bethenny's part of this. But because I have so much else I want to tell you, I'm just going to show you the relevant clips. But to get more comprehensive perspective on Bethenny, go watch T-Spill's video. She did a great job. So again, in a nutshell, here are the major things that Bethenny said.
I have some beauty tea for you. So I received some lashes over a year ago. They've been sitting in my drawer. I'm not good at lashes. I tried them. I loved them. I enjoyed them. I then received a scathing, threatening message from their competitor saying that there are trademark issues and there's a legal battle and that I've now involved myself and that I'm irresponsible. Don't you ever come for me in any regard other than constructive. I don't know the difference between one lash company or another. I opened a box, I tried them on, I thought they were spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. So if you're gonna try to come and threaten me legally, I'll give you the name of 5 class action lawyers, litigators that you can call. Shove it up your ass, Lashify. And guess what? I cannot be bought. I cannot be paid to say anything. And you come to me with respect and kindness. You don't come and threaten myself and my team saying, you'll hear from our lawyers. Fuck off. I can't wait to hear from your lawyers right here, live and direct. Here's the crazy part. I was about to try their product. I just am making my way into the lash space. And it's a marathon, not a sprint. Whoever sent that message should be fired on the spot. Pack your shit, get up from your desk, and get the fuck out of here. Because now I don't want to try your product because of the way you guys handled it. If you said, this is a competitor of ours, we'd love for you to try ours, of course. Good morning. You're welcome. Do you know how many people have copied the skinny margarita that I invented? Do you know how many billions of dollars of margaritas have been sold on my back? That's business, baby. Let's talk about dupes. It happens in food, fashion, handbags, jewelry, everywhere. Did I know that Pro Lash was a dupe of Lashify? No, because they don't look anything alike. One is in multiple little packages that are black, and I didn't understand how to use it. They said to me that I could do a Zoom or a tutorial, which I didn't have time for. Pro Lash, I opened the box. I understood exactly what to do. It's the first one, ironically, that I understood exactly what to do. I don't get involved in people's legal battles. Amazon has dupes all over it. Every type of bag, every type of lip gloss, every water bottle, everything you've seen made in China is on there. I'm not doing that. So if I promote something that you don't like or that has toxins or ingredients, do your own research. I don't work for you, okay? And this woman who owns this company coming in now and saying she was naive to think I knew and threatening me. So yeah, do I feel badly that something's affecting her business and this is the cause that she's behind? Great, congrats, mazel. I don't owe you anything, and I'm not in your lawsuit, and I'm not part of this, so do not try to backtrack and pretend it's okay to threaten someone via Instagram. So whether your own followers or people in the beauty community want to agree with you, I don't give a good fuck. Don't ever come and threaten me. And now backpedal and backtrack, because that doesn't work for me. Coming to me, businesswoman to businesswoman, does work for me.
Now, according to T-Spill, Sahara then publicly posted her messages with Bethenny threatening to sue her. In the caption, she asked people to correct her if she's wrong on this about it being a threat. She says it's not a threat. And of course, people are correcting her because, you know, a lot of us do see this as a threat. She said to Bethenny, you have way too big of a platform and therefore have unfortunately involved yourself in our litigation. Ma'am, to me, that is a direct threat that you are going to involve her in the litigation. She tried to justify this, of course, but just her posting about a product when there's a lawsuit going on does not involve Bethenny in the litigation unless Lashify brings her into it. That, to me, is a direct threat. But Sahara wasn't done. Oh no, of course she wasn't. She put up a second post saying that she messaged Bethenny privately because, quote, I didn't want to embarrass you or make a big drama of it, but since you made it public, here's my response. It sounds like she really thought she did something there, that she really thought the public was going to be on her side. And needless to say, the public is not on her side on this one. And what's wild about Sahara and Lashify is that they have done this many times to many companies and people. It just hasn't really hit the mainstream knowledge. I dug a little bit into that, and it is absolutely wild what Lashify's been doing. Their legal group is called Fenwick, and on their website, they have pages bragging about the things that they have done for Lashify to win lawsuits, which, you know, it's a legal firm. Of course, they're going to brag about their wins. But this is what it says over there. It says that in August 2024, a West Texas jury awarded Lashify Inc. a victory in a patent infringement case against Qingdao Lash Beauty Cosmetic Company doing business as World Beauty. The jury found that World Beauty willfully infringed 3 of Lashify's patents, awarding Lashify $30.5 million in lost profits and set a 30% royalty rate. But apparently Lashify and Fenwick have engaged in this multiple times across federal courts in Texas, California, Utah, as well as before the International Trade Commission. Sahara did an interview with Beauty Matter, and she was quoted as saying, "At the end of the day, brands copy other brands because they want to make money. But if the loss is big enough, it's not worth it anymore. Now that we won, people are going to think twice." Also, according to the Lashify website, they have an entire page on this incident. They won an additional $30 million from a lash brand called Lilac Street for selling, quote, counterfeit versions of its products. They even have, this is how litigious they are, they even have a place on the Lashify website where customers can report if they see a company potentially copying Lashify. One lawsuit that I came across that I found particularly interesting was a brand named Urban Dolls LLC. They actually tried to stop Sahara from claiming that Lashify had patents when they actually didn't. She said that they're lying about the number of patents and the patents that they have. This was after Lashify filed a suit against Urban Dolls to stop them from using the word bondage for their lash products. The shitty part about this, and I'm saying the shitty part because I feel like it's really shitty, it's just my opinion. Urban Dolls actually proved that Lashify was lying about their patents. They proved it in a court of law. But because they couldn't prove that this lie hurt Urban Dolls, they didn't do anything about it. The other thing that they proved was that Lashify was saying they invented things that they absolutely didn't invent. But again, the court said, hey, how is this hurting you? How is this hurting customers that they said they invented something? What Urban Dolls had to prove was that they were lying about the actual performance of the product in a way that might hurt customers or other brands, and they did not prove that. And what has happened since then is that as of December 2023, Urban Dolls LLC is undergoing bankruptcy proceedings, and they stopped posting on Instagram in February of 2024. Long story short, way too late. Lashify and Sahara like to sue people. But in the case of Bethenny, it looks like they're backtracking a little bit because they did publicly apologize to Bethenny. She said publicly that it wasn't her intention to be threatening and that she has nothing but respect for Bethenny. I don't know. To be clear, I get filing for patents and wanting to protect those patents. I get filing for trademarks and wanting to protect those trademarks. But what is a true, clear indication of how the industry feels about what Sahara and Lashify have been doing is reflected in the behavior of the other brands happening right now and the things that they're saying, because brands talk to each other. And apparently the lash community does not like Sahara and do not like Lashify as a company because they are uniting together. It's almost like they've been waiting for somebody like Bethenny to call them out on their bullshit. And now they are using this as a reason to band together against Lashify. It is wild what's happening right now. One company even started calling the companies that are banding together the Lash Vengers, almost like the Avengers, but the Lash Vengers. They are standing behind Pro Lash and the lawsuit that's currently going on between Pro Lash and Lashify. They're standing behind Pro Lash and Bethenny. A notable member of the Lash Vengers is Lilac Street, who had lost that $30 million lawsuit, according to the Lashify website. They posted this video in response to what's going on with Bethenny. It's a person that's eating popcorn, watching everything go down. They also said in a post under someone else's post that they feel so seen right now. Other brands are joining in. They're calling this Lashgate. And I know we called the Michaela situation Lashgate, but I guess they're rebranding this as Lashgate. The videos that brands are creating include collaborations between indie brands Flutter Habit and Lily Lashes. That was duetted by a company called Falscara and then duetted again by Velour Lashes. Pro Lash has also received comments of support from Lash Links and Era Lashes. Now, remember, these are all competing indie lash brands, and they're all banding together to be like, yeah, that chick's a bitch. It's That's wild, dude. I've never seen anything like this. Even MannyMUA posted on his TikTok shouting about the good old days of 2018 when he had a run-in with Sahara as well. And I'm pretty sure he revealed some things that he'd never revealed before.
Bethenny Frankel, you are my queen. You are my queen, dude. This lash tea right now. I've had a bad experience myself a few years back with this brand. I'll tell you the story. So I saw a video of these lashes. I'm like, oh, these look really interesting. They look cool. I bought them myself. Did the whole thing, you know, put my number in, put my card number in, everything. Did the whole ordering, got them. I tried them. Didn't really love them. I didn't really use them correctly though, so I will give them that. I didn't use it the right way. So I was kind of like, you know what? I don't think that this is for me. I'm just going to stick to a band lash. Let me tell you something. The owner of that brand takes my number from my order, takes my number, texts me herself, threatens me with legal action because I didn't like the lash and I didn't use it right, and I was basically doing it on purpose. I was absolutely gagged. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why would she send this? Why would she take my number? The fact that she even took my number and texted me felt like such an invasion of privacy.
Even OG YouTuber and Marstay Fragrances owner Marlena Stell weighed in Manny's comments. She said, I used Kiss Trio lashes in videos I've used for over 10 plus years, and she messaged me saying, I thought you were pro-woman, so how could you not use Lashify since it's woman-owned? Her whole tone was demeaning and attacking me, so I never used Lashify since then and never will. In the midst of this, Bethenny, which I believe was intentional, I don't know if it was intentional, but I think it was, she brought another lash brand into the review space on her channel, but it's a lash growth serum called Babe Lash. They've been around for freaking ever. Apparently, she's been trying their lash serum and has had fantastic results. Here's a clip.
I don't have lashes on. The lash growth. I have 4 people here complimenting me on the lashes. They're like lasherazzi. They're like, what? I'm not a lash person. No one's ever said like, oh my God, about your lashes. Like, this is serious. This serum, sorry, there are children in the next room, but the lashes are real. The lashes, look at this. I don't have fakies on yet. Are you kidding me?
In response to Bethenny's promotion of their products, they are now also a lash vendor. And of course, they're keeping up with the hustle. They're using this as a marketing opportunity. They put this up on TikTok. The caption reads, Lashgate got you confused about which falsies to choose? You don't have to worry about that with Essential Lash Serum. With their growth serum, you won't need false lashes, is what they're trying to say. And apparently they're having a live TikTok event on March 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern if you're interested in learning more. The last thing I want to show you is the official statement from Pro Lash that they posted just a couple days ago. And what I love about this post is that the owner of Pro Lash goes into what the lawsuit specifically says. Here's what she had to say.
Hey everyone, as you may know, I am Haley and I'm the owner of Pro Lash. First off, the past few days have been absolutely crazy and we appreciate your guys' support, your uplifting comments, and everything you've done for us. It means the world to us. At the same time, we are so deeply sorry to hear that a lot of you are facing similar harassment from Lashify's CEO. Whether you're an influencer, business owner, employee, or someone that just loves lashes. What is happening is not okay, which is why I wanted to take the time to post this video today. Those that have tried Pro Lash know it is a very unique product and nothing like our competitors. I am not a dupe and I am not a copycat. We have quality lashes that are easy to apply for everyday users. But if you don't like our product, no problem. There are so many other great female entrepreneurs that sell amazing lashes. We aren't new to this business, and we have been making lashes for years. But unlike others, we would never claim ownership over well-known application methods. As much as this entire situation pains me to bring energy towards, I cannot sit by and allow false claims from a woman who has sued countless others with the goal of putting anyone who dares to compete with her out of business. Quite frankly, Pro Lash has been targeted by a litigious competitor who believes she invented the concept of DIY lashes. People have been doing DIY lashes well before 2016. The lawsuit against us that Lashify continues to reference is going after us for 3 things. 1, that we use black and white in our branding. I don't feel like we need to defend ourselves on how outrageous that is. But unfortunately, that is one of the terms of the suit. 2, tweezers. Lashify filed for emergency preliminary injunctive relief, which is basically just a pre-hearing to decide if a claim has merit before it goes to a full hearing. We already had a pre-hearing a while back, and unfortunately, before the judge could even make a ruling, Lashify dropped the entire injunction. But nonetheless, we did not break any patent laws with our tweezers. And 3, our lashes themselves. Lashify claims they invented how lashes are made. For us at Pro Lash, parts of our lashes have been made using production methods that were developed in the 60s, which is 50 years before Lashify existed. We have never stolen anyone's idea, and we never would. There is room for more than one lash business in this industry, and tearing people down is not the solution to success. Unfortunately, Lashify's tactics are a pattern, and so many other people have had to face the aggression, harassment, and doxing. I mean, my family was served with a lawsuit unnecessarily at our home on Christmas Eve when our lawyers were already in contact with them. I don't say this for pity. I say this because enough is enough.
Again, I want to stress that I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to protect your patents and your trademarks. You should do that as a brand, but it seems like they're just sue happy. Like they're just suing people in order to control the market, in order to stifle innovation, in order to crush their competitors. And that's just wrong. I mean, it's business, but it's just wrong in my opinion. And it feels like to me, they're getting exactly what they deserve in all these lash brands banding together in order to fight against them and support the idea of healthy competition instead of bullying through the legal system. Because competition is fantastic for the market. It's how we get innovative products. But when we have brands like Lashify doing what they do, it stifles the entire industry. But one thing we know for sure is that Lashify may be having success in the courts, but one thing they can never control is the court of public opinion. So I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Last time on brands who have ghosted their customers and not given them the products that they ordered, we talked about Ciate and how in November they had a bunch of Black Friday deals, they had mystery boxes, all stuff going on for Black Friday, right? And in the US, they just never shipped those orders. It sounded like in the UK, things were looking a little bit better, but things have developed since then. And now the Ciate London website is completely gone everywhere. But it gets worse because their sister company, Lottie London, is also completely gone. The founder of Ciate and Lottie London, her name is Charlotte Knight. She owns a third brand. It is called Skin Proud. And I bet you can guess what is going on with the Skin Proud website. If you guessed that they are also shut down, you would be absolutely right. Charlotte started a parent company called Brand Agency London, and there's those 3 brands under Brand Agency London, the only 3 brands, right? And apparently, Brand Agency London went into administration in January. Now, if you're not familiar with UK law, if you're more familiar with US law, I have a lot of US viewers of the channel. It's similar to Chapter 11 bankruptcy in that what they're trying to do is to restructure and trying to save the brand. And if they can't save the brand, they're trying to get the maximum amount of money for people who are owed money due to the great amount of debt. This is really interesting about this story that even though the websites are gone, their Instagrams are still up. So you can go over there and you can read the comments of how pissed off people are because, of course, in the US, there are people that are still saying that they never got their Black Friday orders. They want refunds. Now there's people from the UK saying that they didn't get their orders. It is just a whole entire mess. On top of that, allegedly, Lottie London didn't pay the creator that is in this video. This was the last post that was put on Lottie London's Instagram, and her name is Skylar Renee, and they just didn't pay her for this post, allegedly. All of their Instagram pages seem to stop posting at about the same time. Now, I do want to mention that Robert Welsh put up an excellent deep dive into this situation where he exposes why he thinks this happened, the collaboration that went bad. He went deep into this and it is so interesting. I do not want to steal Robert's thunder. I will link his video down below. If you want to know more about this, I highly recommend you go check that out. It is so interesting. If I talked about it here, I would literally just be ripping all of his research and I don't feel okay with that. So I'm just going to send you over there to hear the full story. But what I will add here is an Instagram post that I found from a beauty editor. Her name is Laura Capon. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. She gave her thoughts about what was happening with Lottie London, and she talked about Robert in that Instagram story, and Robert actually responded. He said, "Thank you. It's so strange. I can't find the message now, but Lottie London reached out to me only a few weeks back about sending me products working together." But that is just so wild that just a couple of weeks ago, which would have been in February after the Instagram shutdown, after the website shut down, they're reaching out to influencers for collaborations. Just so freaking weird. So for now, if you happen to be one of those people with an outstanding order with any of those 3 brands, this would be a perfect time to contact your bank and ask for a chargeback. All right, we have another one, y'all. And this one, whoo, it's a whopper of a story. Buckle up, the ride is not over. We are going to talk about UOMA Beauty. Okay, so last time we checked in with UOMA Beauty, they had just started shipping orders that they had taken. Make note of this. They had taken these orders between August and November of 2023, and they just started shipping them in January of 2025. That is real. That really happened. The reason why it's that time period is because in December of 2023, UOMA Beauty was sold to a company called MacArthur Beauty, and they stopped the leaking. They stopped the orders from coming in December, but it was that period of time between August and November when people were still able to order. The new owners explained this by saying, in 2023, UOMA Beauty underwent a change in ownership leading to a transition of assets. During this time, the brand had to temporarily pause operations, which unfortunately caused some orders to be overlooked from late August 2023 to December 2023. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. As we rebuild and reimagine UOMA Beauty together, we're thrilled about the journey ahead and can't wait to share the exciting plans we have for 2025. But the big complaint here, and you may have already clocked this, is that they didn't offer any refunds for this pause. They just said, well, we're just going to ship you the orders. And people were like, so I've been waiting a year or year and a half-ish for my products and you're just going to ship them, not offer a refund. And chances are these products have just been sitting around for this long, and maybe I just don't want products that have been sitting around for that long. They said that these products are absolutely safe. They're unopened. They promised that they would be fine, but still some people just don't want that. What they're talking about the 2023 change of ownership is really important because it was basically an earthquake for this brand, in that Sharon Chuter, who was the founder, the CEO, the face of UOMA Beauty, she had stepped away in 2023 as the CEO, and she also stepped down as a board member. But news reports say that she still held on to being a shareholder and a creative consultant. In a statement at the time, she said she was relinquishing all operational involvement at UOMA due to burnout because 6 months prior she was in the hospital with significant stomach issues, and she's just like, I just can't freaking do this anymore. But reports say she still had a controlling interest in the brand, and that's why she is now suing MacArthur Beauty. She is alleging that the purchase of UOMA's assets were unauthorized and below market value. The complaint was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Tuesday. It alleges fraudulent transfer of the business, unjust enrichment, and receipt of stolen property, which I would imagine is the products. In the complaint, Sharon alleges that the company was valued as high as $50 million, but was sold dirt cheap for $6.2 million in order to settle a loan. And again, though Sharon didn't own UOMA Beauty outright, she says she had a controlling interest in the company at the time and describes the deal as a private sale, and she's seeking an unspecified amount of damages. It is important to note that when UOMA Beauty was sold to MacArthur, Sharon was very vocal about being pissed off about this. She told Business of Fashion at the time that she intended to challenge the sale, which she claimed she learned of only after it had been completed. She described the situation as a cautionary tale of the realities of what founders have to suffer quietly with investors and why we're seeing more and more exodus of founders and consequently a decline in innovation. Of course, you know I'm going to watch this one. I'll let you know what happens next. I have one more big banger of a story and then we're going to calm it down a little bit. So if you need like a minute to like digest, I completely understand. It's a lot of information I'm throwing at you. This next story is also very similar, but we're going to indie beauty land for this one. And it is wild. It's a story. It has to do with Vampyre Cosmetics. I actually made one purchase from Vampyre Cosmetics. I'll show you. I got products from the Oregon Trail collection out of pure nostalgia, and I will be 100% with you. I tried them one time and they've been sitting in the boxes ever since because I did not enjoy the quality of them. It reminded me of Makeup Revolution quality, but not even as good as that as far as the eyeshadow palettes. Like they were essentially unusable as far as the pigmentation. So I just keep them for nostalgia purposes. The liquid lipsticks were dry. I didn't enjoy those at all. So I personally love the branding of the products that I purchased from them, but the quality was not good. What it comes down to is that if you have an open order with Vampyre Cosmetics or their sister company, which is called Phoenix Rising Cosmetics, you should contact your bank or however you paid, PayPal, whatever, immediately, because the owner of Vampyre Cosmetics and Phoenix Rising is telling you, please contact your bank and ask for a chargeback. Like they're even telling you to do that because they are not shipping any more products and they said that they will not be issuing refunds. I'm telling you, it's a wild story. This is how it goes. So another lawsuit is what it comes down to. The initial posts for this were posted on January 1st, but I missed it. Actually, there was an update that just happened last week and it was posted in the Hunters group, and that's the only reason why I know about this. This is the deal. So the company is run currently by a woman named Rachel Kleinsmith, and apparently Vampyre Cosmetics went under in 2024, and a former owner whose name is Karen Holton, allegedly, according to Rachel, stole from the business, then turned around and sued Rachel when she tried to take legal action. Rachel said that in mid-2023, they introduced an outside bookkeeping firm to help figure out, what was going on. And in that, they figured out that Karen was stealing from the company. Specifically, they, quote, uncovered evidence of fraud and embezzlement, and that this led to significant financial problems with the brand, manufacturing delays, and now a complete shutdown. So if you had ordered the Dungeons and Dragons collection and then had some issues getting that collection, she's saying that is why that happened. And I was able to find the lawsuit for this, and it is messy. It is messy, messy, messy. Oh my gosh. So this is the deal. Karen was the chief operating officer for the brand. And according to the lawsuit, she was a big financial backer for Vampyre Cosmetics. According to the court documents, Karen and Rachel both owned 37.5% of the brand. And then there was a third partner that they had brought on named Lisa Malcolm. But since then, Lisa is like, I don't want anything to do with this. She gave her shares to Rachel and was like, you have it. I don't want anything to do with this. Karen claims in the lawsuit that she not only helped create the products, but loaned her own money to keep the brand afloat and even let the company use her personal credit card to get more funding. Then, in June of 2023, Karen says Rachel and Lisa froze her out of the company, cut off her access to bank accounts, financial records, emails, and internal chats, and refused to let her see the books. And now she's accusing them of fraud. So in Rachel's timeline, it seems logical. It doesn't say this, but it seems logical that the reason why they locked Karen out is because they said that this company found that Karen was stealing from them. So Karen's lawsuit against Vampyre Cosmetics alleges that they took out loans using her personal information without permission, stole her intellectual property to create and sell new products, and diverted company funds to another business owned by Rachel called Undead Magazine. And of course, Karen's story directly contradicts Rachel's story in that the lawsuit is just retaliation from a former owner who stole from the company. Another side that I'm not going to go into too deeply, but I feel like this needs to be mentioned, is that Vampyre Cosmetics is not Rachel's first rodeo. She used to own a company called Belladonna's Closet, and I knew this sounded familiar, and I looked back into my old videos from years and years ago, and I was like, oh, I remember that. They had those brushes, the one that looked like tentacles, that I promoted in a What's Up in Makeup Minute that I used to do daily, right? I promoted these brushes, and people came for my neck for promoting Belladonna's Covered, because people were coming and telling me, hey, I ordered these brushes because of you, and now they took my money and they're not giving me my order. And I was like, oh crap.
Hello, I'm Jen, and this is your Daily Makeup Minute for May 1st, 2019. Last we heard of Belladonna's Cupboard was news from customers who bought products from the Cthulhu collection and never received their orders or a refund. Well, it appears they're trying to redeem themselves. If you visit their website now, you see that all products have been removed from the shop, and there's a statement saying they have taken a hiatus and plan to return sometime this year under new management and ownership.
And I actually, because of that situation, because that was the first time that had ever happened to me, I started putting in a disclaimer when I started talking about indie brands. I started saying, I don't know these indie brands. If they're new, I don't know if they're going to ship you. Like, I'm not endorsing them. I'm just letting you know they exist. So buy at your own risk. I had to start putting that disclaimer in because of Rachel and Belladonna's Closet. Now, I will mention though that on Vampyre Cosmetics website, there is a little blurb about Belladonna Cosmetics, and she says she did refund everybody. But I remember my subscribers specifically being pissed at me and telling me that they didn't get their refunds. So I don't know what's true there. Maybe eventually they did. It's just not when they commented. I don't know. But that is both Rachel and Karen's side, and I don't know either of these people. I don't know this brand personally. I don't know what's really happening, so I'm going to count on the courts to figure out what's going on. But if you do have an outstanding order with either Vampyre Cosmetics or Phoenix Rising, there is an email address on the Vampyre Cosmetics website, support@vampyrecosmetics.com. That will get you in touch with Rachel for a potential lawsuit against what she says the company and its owners. So wouldn't that be her? I don't know. But support at Vampyre Cosmetics if you have an outstanding order and you want to get involved in a potential lawsuit. What we know for sure is that there is a court hearing scheduled for next week. So I will keep my eye on it, and I will let you know what I find out. It seems like every week recently, there is a new brand founder and or CEO that is stepping down from their position. In recent weeks, we've had Tata Harper, we've had Kirsten Kier Weiss, we've had Nancy Twine from Briogeo. This week, we have Jules Von Help, who is stepping down as the CEO from the tanning brand Isle of Paradise. He founded the brand in 2018 with 15 years of experience as a professional tanner in order to make the beauty industry more inclusive. In an Instagram post, he announced, "It is with a heavy but open heart I announce my resignation and departure from Isle of Paradise." He reassured fans that the brand was in good hands, continuing saying, "For the past 5 years, I've partnered with Future Beauty Labs, a beauty company based in Glasgow and New York. The Future Beauty Labs team will take the reins from here on out, and I feel lucky to have worked alongside such a talented team." Jules' Instagram post hinted that he was working on other potentially wellness-related products. He stated, "Through Isle of Paradise, I'll hopefully helped you feel more confident on the outside, but now I want to help you feel more confident on the inside. I'm excited to see what's to come later this year." To me, it sounds like supplements, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'll keep my eye on it. This next story is a short update from a legal story that we talked about last week with Olay and a class action lawsuit having to do with their cleansers. So on the cleanser, it claims to be a retinol-based product. And the class action is basically saying that retinol, just in its natural function, needs to stay on the skin for a specific amount of time to do all the retinol-y things that it's supposed to do. And with a cleanser, you're putting it on and then seconds later you are washing it off, and it doesn't have enough time to do all the retinol-y things. Therefore, it is false advertising. And one thing I've noticed about class actions and covering these is that when you see a new category of class actions, whether it is the not safe for eye pigments within eyeshadow palettes, or whether it's benzene contamination, or whether it's, PFAS or whatever it may be, whenever you see one start, usually there's other ones that follow. And this week we have a second one against the company Rock. So Rock is now in the crosshairs for their Retinol Correction Deep Wrinkle Serum Cleanser. The filing says that Rock has exploited consumers' lack of understanding about retinol products and misled them into believing the rinse-off cleanser would provide the skincare benefits associated with the purportedly anti-aging ingredient. In addition, the lawsuit alleges that the company has failed to appropriately package, ship, or store the retinol products, which require strict storage conditions to remain effective. It almost looks, at least to the glance, that this is essentially a copy and paste of the Olay lawsuit. Of course, not exactly, but in the things they're suing about. So I will watch both of them, and I have a feeling that whichever one comes to its conclusion first, that will then carry to the second one. When I see it, I'll let you know. Dude, I think we've had enough drama for today. I think we've had enough stress and drama and oh my gosh, and roller coaster and this and this and that. We need something chill. We need something happy, especially after last week's story when we talked about the FDA now requiring animal testing on certain ingredients that have been used in chemical sunscreens for years and years and years. There's now animal testing that's going to be reintroduced. Like, that was a freaking heartbreaker for a lot of us. We have a win this week, a potential win. I can't say it's a 100% win, but a potential win for vegans this week. So we're going to end on that. It's like, yay. Okay. So hopefully this is a good thing. Essentially what they've done is that companies have been trying for a really, really long time to come up with a vegan dupe, a manufactured dupe for carmine. And if you're not familiar with carmine, it is a red pigment that has been used for centuries, and it is made by crushing the cochineal beetles.
The cochineal bugs, like I have here in front of me, this is a very common food dye as well. Now, living or dead, cochineal bugs don't really look like anything. But look what happens when you take some of these bugs and we grind them up into a powder. We'll put some on this lid here. Now watch this. We're going to add a few drops of water and watch what happens. In just seconds, it turns into a brilliant scarlet red dye. Now, we have the early Indians of Mexico to thank for this discovery, but it was the Spanish that brought it to the rest of the world. Now, as distasteful as this may seem, just remember this: cochineal dye has been around for centuries. It is a natural, renewable resource, and in my opinion, it's just plain cool. So from the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, thank you for observing a moment of science.
The reason why this pigment has been used for so long is because it works so well for so many different applications. I'm pretty sure they also use it in clothing along with food and, of course, cosmetics. And even though there are other red pigments that brands can use, there's nothing that is the exact same color and works the exact same way as carmine. And with cosmetic brands specifically, if a brand wants to be vegan, they can't use carmine. So what this has led to is brands using a lot of red 40, which is kind of a mid pigment, according to chemists that I've talked to. It works. Red 40 works, but it's like, meh. So red 40 and carmine are the only FDA in the US approved red pigments. So what companies started doing with eyeshadows is they started using other red pigments and then putting a disclaimer on the package that says these specific pigments are not FDA approved for eye use, which led to a whole nother complex topic that we've covered extensively on this channel. I don't want to dig too far into that though, because it's way way too much of a side quest and it's a whole nother topic, which I could talk about, but I've talked about so much on this channel. I'll link a video down below that will tell you more about it. But anyway, point is that this would then be able to be used in vegan cosmetics, which would then give vegan brands another option for colorants that are not carmine and not these FDA not approved pigments. And why that's great for customers is because some customers cannot use carmine because they have an allergic reaction to it. Some customers can't use these non-FDA approved red pigments because of a sensitivity or an allergic reaction. So therefore, this would be another alternative that would be good for those people, which is wonderful. Now, I am going to link the article down below. It gets really sciencey, really nerdy. So if you want all those details, please read that. It also goes into how they're testing this pigment to make sure that it's safe, because you may have heard that the FDA recently banned red 3 in foods. So they want to make sure that that doesn't happen with this. So there's all the details about how they're making sure it's safe, all of that in the article down below. Overall, it seems like from initial reports that this is going to be a really, really good thing for the cosmetic industry and beyond. And that, my friend, was what's up in makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, thank you so much to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate you so much. Before I go, I do want to tell you that I did get something in the mail that I'm very, very excited about. I purchased it. I didn't just get it in the mail. I purchased it. Well, technically my husband purchased it for me. I didn't feel like I wanted to invest in it, and I was talking to him about it, and the next thing I knew, he had bought it for me. So I was like, babe, I love you. Okay, so I got the new Shark face mask thing, the LED mask thing, and I'm going to be trying this over the next 2 months as recommended, and I will be back with a review. I also want to let you know that my Bold Hue foundation device is officially shipped. And I'm very excited to get that in the mail, so that review will be coming soon. But with that being said, if you don't want to wait to watch another one of my videos, I have lots of videos for you to watch, including these two right here. The bottom one is last week's top news segment, in case you missed it. The top one, YouTube knows what you've been watching, and they're gonna pick something for you that they think you're really gonna like. That's gonna be the top one. But if you do have to go, I get it. It is no problem. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did. I appreciate you. Mad love to you. And I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.